Hey, welcome back to Don't Mom with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, three crazy rescue dogs, and a rescue cat who likes to craft in her spare time. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message, it boosts my serotonin and my self esteem, and I could use both. And if you're a returning friend, you already know the crazy you're in for, so grab your drinks and I'm back and let's have at it. It is already the 12th of July. Oh my gosh. That tells you where my brain, like, look. Y'all, I'm a hot mess. I'm a hot mess. The drawer front fell off again. I don't know. I've got yet another type of glue. At this point, if it doesn't work, Heidi, I am sorry, but I'm just going to put some fabric up with my staple gun and call it a day. I might even get wood grained fabric. How about that? Because I'm just getting irritated by the whole damn thing. Yeah. Um, so I believe I shared with you about the random car that popped up under Paul's name. So we have located said car. It is in fact his car. Um, so now we have to unravel the mystery of what's owed on the car. Is it going to be worth it to, you know, I, is it going to be worth it to fix any issues with the kids for the kids? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. Um, so that should be fun to unravel this week. That's today's mystery prize. Welcome. Just when I was like, this just seems so calm. I mean, relatively speaking, I get slapped with and this is why you are divorced because of this craziness. Um, so, a couple things that I got in this week. Um, the first one, we got in a sweet card from our vet about Nigel's passing. Super, super sweet. Super sweet. And then my cousin found me this and she stopped by unexpectedly. I didn't even know she had my address, so I think my mom gave it to her because I don't recall giving it to her. But it was on my porch. I have a Culver stuck for my Jeep. So excited. So excited. You have no idea. I love rubber ducks. Those of you who have been with me for a while know that when Bean went off to college initially, she lived on campus. And Bean is extremely introverted. And I was worried about her, so I had all of my friends start. This is before COVID and the whole Jeep thing happened. Um, so I had my friends sending her rubber duck stuff to the dorm, and the deal is their mailboxes are so small on college campuses usually. Um, she would have to go in and pick up the package from the front desk person. So at least I know she was interacting with people. And then people started catching on that her mom was a little cuckoo and was sending all of her friends, and everybody was sending rubber ducks to the dorms for her. And so then they would start stopping by and going, okay, what's the newest duck? And that is how I got my daughter out of her shell, sort of thing, at college and made sure she was checked. That and I packed Band-Aids. And apparently I was the only parent on the floor who had packed Band-Aids for their kids. Whatever, I will supply Band-Aids if that's what it takes. The other sweet, sweet thing I got was from my dear friend Kira. Um, I met Kira at my first StitchCon. Um, and she sent us this wonderful, it's beautiful, it's a sweet card. I'm not going to read the message, all of the card to it. It's quite long. It's beautiful. But in there, she had picked me up something I had saw that was an exclusive to Keepsake. I actually thought it was a StitchCon exclusive. If I had known if it was just a Keepsakes exclusive, I probably would have just ordered it online and it wasn't a big deal. I thought it was a StitchCon exclusive. So I had put on there, is anybody at StitchCon, can somebody get me this pattern, right? And Kira's like, she gifted it to me. It's amazing. It is by Heart and Hand. And I love this. I likely will not stitch the year down here. And this is set up where you put your initials. Um, I might just honestly I might leave off my initials even and just do some extra quilt stars. Um, we'll see when I get to it. Anyways, I'm so grateful. Thank you, Kira. That was such a sweet present. Um, so this is gonna go in my rotation. So some updates. In order to reach bigger goals, we are going on potentially, I don't want to say an absolute buying freeze because there are certain things, like I pre-ordered the Halloween magazine because there were already a couple patterns on the um, cover that I liked and wanted to stitch. But we are going down to um, basically a buying freeze for potentially the next 90 days. That seems like ungodly a lot. Let me just tell you though, I do belong to a Fabric of the Month club that is staying. Um, there'll be little things along the way that will still be purchased, but there's going to be no big haul on this channel unless they are gifts. In the next 90 days, let's see, it's going to lead right up to my birthday. So, do I suspect that there'll be little things for my birthday? But let's be honest. Unless I needed to actually finish a project, like I need to get the eyeballs for Bella's stuffy. I may need to buy, um, like I ran out of PB70. So there may be a specialty thread that I have to buy to finish up a project or that. But otherwise, I really don't need. Look, I have patterns, and it's not like I don't have whips. I have whips. I have whips. I have kitted up patterns even that I have not even started. There is no shortage of things that need to be done around this house. Um, so I'm not overly worried. Is it going to be different? Yeah, because I'm used to just, whatever, spending what I want, kind of thing, what I want. Do what I want, when I want. Ain't nobody making rules for me, except for me. And sometimes I make really shitty rules for me. This one is literally to get everything back on track and again to reach that bigger goal. So I'm fine with that. I'm looking forward to it. I may make myself a little challenge sheet just like I do with everything else. There's a dopamine hit to coloring in little things. Like, do I want to take up coloring? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. Do I enjoy, it's sort of like the things to do list. I love checking off a box. Mm, there's satisfaction there. And that's how that feels to me. So, um, right now we are dealing with sinus infection again. We're on antibiotics already. We have still the ear issue going. Um, so it's, y'all, I feel like dog poo. But we're gonna keep going because we've got lots to do and lots to whatever. But um, my boss, although he doesn't like being called boss, my coworker who leads the firm is starting a new ad campaign with my shiny face on it. Could you imagine? It actually will have my face apparently on it to start growing our probate division, which is what he initially wanted me to do anyways. So that will make me even busier. I don't mind. I really don't. My water is on track. I drink between 3 and 5 bottles of that a day, like this a day. So this is just over 2 cups of water. So anywhere from 6 to 10 glasses of water a day. That's great. Like we're making progress. So Um, Bella and I cleaned out a bunch of stuff out of her room. We got 3 bags of clothes to donate. We donated them. They are not sitting around. I know. We also um, have the Jeep 2/3 cleaned out. We donated the tiles that had been in the back of Elmo for over a year. Took them to Habitat for Humanity yesterday. Um, we went to Salvation Army yesterday. The kids have now officially decided they weren't too thrilled with the idea of a quilt, and that's fine. They have hundreds of quilts because I'm a quilter. My kids have never gone without quilts since I started quilting, and but they like the idea of a pillow, which we got the idea from our friend Maggie. And her mom had done, when Maggie's dad passed, her mom had just done a simple 4-patch pillow, but front and back, so 8 squares of fabric. So the kids really seem to be okay with that idea and like that idea. So they've picked out the clothes that they want to. William's been wearing Paul's clothes, which, well, I don't know how I feel about that. It's a little weird, and yet I understand it. And I just feel like it's part of his grieving process, so that's fine. Um, so, but the kids have picked out like a basket, and they're like, just any of these are fine, Mom. I was like, okay. So that means I can get out the rest of whatever's in that bin out this next week. So that is great. Literally have been just my front porch is almost back to being my nice, cleaned, organized front porch. Um, and when it was cleaned and organized nicely, you could actually put like I put my little camp chair. Actually, I didn't do it. William went and got my little camp chair and little like I have the little footrest too that matches it. And put it out there, and he was sitting out there like in the fall. And this lately here in Michigan, it's been way too hot to want to do that. But he was doing that, so it's almost back to the point where he could do that again. That feels like a great accomplishment. Um, we've been just plugging away at just clearing out, and that feels really good. And part of that is um, I am going to start working on I'm going to recatalog my whips. My whip list got kind of outdated. I don't even know how I got off track with it. Life. So Bella and I are going to work on. Bella's back in class. Her class started up. But Bella and I are going to start plugging away on that. Um, and she's going to help me. Atlas is helping me. I'm telling y'all, ChatGPT is saving my butt right now. Um, and I'm not even mad. So, all right. So that's kind of it. I've got court, more court. Um, we're paying bills. We're getting shit done. I seem to be sort of moving out of a bit of my funk, which feels really good. I feel like I've been in a funk for a long time, and that's not to say that I'm not still partly in that funk. Um, but I feel like we're starting to get out of it. And every little step forward, those of you who have gone through grieving, I think understand what I'm saying, right? It's a process. Um, and then being so sick on top of it and everything else, and it's just like, it's been difficult. So, I'm going to take every win I can get, and we're going to go from there. So, oh, one other thing I did get in. I was looking at my other fabric that I had for Ed's thing, and I was like, why am I going to do a full coverage on even weave? That doesn't seem like the smartest of my plans. And then I was like, wait, I shouldn't even say that. It's not even even weave. The piece I had is 25 count, which I was going to start a full coverage piece on. You know how I am. But I was like, I don't want to do Ed's thing on even weave, or not on even weave, on 25 pounds. So I did, before my no buy starts, excuse the crinkles, I did get a ginormous piece of 18 count. It is This is 60 by 39. His mama's piece is gonna fit in a 12 by 14 or 12 by a 12 by something frame, if I recall my dimensions. It's gonna fit a standard frame. We're not gonna have to custom order when he gets it. Um, Part of my deal too, if he decides to frame it, I gotta ask him. He may want it into a pillow. Um, Part of my deal when I do the pictures for my friends or family or whatever, um, I don't like buffet mat. He's gonna get that rolled up. I'll wash it before I send it to him, but I ain't framing that. It is very rare that I'm gonna frame something and ship it. I did frame Rosie, but that was different. So the only finishing I'm gonna do is a standard pillow. I will make you a pillow, but framing's on you if I'm gonna do something as a gift. Sorry, I know. So I did get the fabric. I'm going to start Ed's mama's thing. Picture. I just, so now that I have that, okay. So that was my other thing, and I did buy the bag pattern that the kids both liked to make their tote bags out of their fabric. Um, Poor Bean and going through all of her clothes. Poor child. It's no wonder. I was like, I'm looking at this. I'm like, we bought this for you when you were in high school. They graduated before the pandemic. I'm like, child has okay. Bella hates shopping. So other than like t-shirts or something that I bought her for Christmas, she really hasn't done any shopping. Which reminds me, I need to order the book. Christian, her friend, not little friend. They've known each other since preschool. His birthday was on Flag Day, but she hasn't been able to. They haven't been able to connect. We're gonna see him on Saturday for his sister's. I don't want to call it a party, but they do suicide awareness and pet adoptions to raise awareness for for Tatum, and so we were kicking around ideas. I was like, okay, I know they've known each other forever, but I have no idea what he really likes other than coffee, and he's a blacksmith in his spare time. So we're gonna make some chocolate chip cookies. I'm gonna get him some coffee beans. We're gonna put together a cute little basket. Maybe I don't know. Does anybody have a really good lemon bar recipe? Bella likes lemon. I know. So like, I want it like. So we're just gonna put together. But then there's a book that Atlas recommended that I think I can get on Amazon. Um, that may help him with his blacksmithing, and I just thought that might be kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they've been friends for a while, but they haven't been like dating for a long, long time. And I don't even know if they consider each other that they're dating each other. So it's like, I don't know. It's too soon to make them a quilt, and I ain't got time. So we're gonna go with a little basket of homemade treats and some coffee because I know he likes coffee. Um, and do that. So I thought that would be kind of cool. So if you have a good lemon bar recipe, I could use it anyways. I think I might have one in my book that a friend of mine gave me years ago when we did like a recipe exchange. This is like when the twins were little. Okay. So, anyways, what have I done this week? I did a lot of work, and that's good. That's good. But I got the body. He's so cute. He's ginormous. I got the body done for Bella's little mushroom guy. His head goes on him like this. I have to open his head. I have to open the head up. Um, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that because I don't remember. I'm not because the directions were a little bad in the fact that you were supposed to not tie it off. It said finish it off, so I thought, okay, we'll seal it up. But you're supposed to be able to kind of loosen him and wiggle him so that he sits on there like, well, not cockeyed, but like this, right? Um, but he got a little booty. Got a little booty. He doesn't have a, but he's so soft because he's chenille yarn. He's so soft. But he is going to be a big old boy. He does not have a name besides Mushroom Guy. He's a very fun guy. He's a fun guy. For those of you who are wondering what my fun guy is going to look like, now he actually does have a sweater pattern. I have the sweater pattern too. So, where are we? We have stitched his body. The next step is to stitch his arms, and we stitch his little head. Then we stitch the ruffle part, and you're supposed to assemble him. I have to find 1.5 inch eyeballs for him. And then I have to stitch his cap. And then we stitch his sweater. Is he not absolutely adorable? The pattern is off of Etsy. Critter Stitch. Stephanie Buckner. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. It's the first time I've made something like that. So is he perfect? Nope. 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 Does Bella love him? She does. So that's all that matters. And it makes my heart happy. So, okay. So I've cross-stitched him. I didn't cross-stitch him. I crocheted him. Okay. So, this week in the land of Kelly, we've been working on, or this month, really, realistically, we have been working on the theme Nigel. Nigel starts with N, so I am doing the Noel mashup. So it's the Noel Celtic Lady from Lavender and Lace and Oh Christmas Tree from Lavender and Lace. And I am putting them together because I saw it on somebody's, really and truly, you would not think I am as smart as I am, but I am. Okay, so I saw somebody where they mashed them together and they changed so that the mom looked like she was holding a strand of the garland, I want to say. I'll have to pull a picture. Anyways, but it looks like it's a mom helping the 2 kids decorate the tree. And I fell in love with that mashup and was like, yes, yes, please. So, do I have the beads for this? No, I do not. Am I worried about that anytime soon? No, I am not, because when I pulled this out, one of my goals in the next year, I swear to God, is to figure out how to edit and put the before picture up there. I've said that before, but I'm going to make that happen. Okay, so I am stitching this just so we're all clear. This is Fox and Rabbit, right? Needle and, no, I lied. This is Needle and Flax. Linen. Who knew? 32 count dirty teacup. And I bought it down at Keepsakes when I went down there a couple years ago. And I was all excited. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to have these done because I love them. Okay. And I probably started it on that little trip, which is fine. And I didn't even get through the little bowl in the corner, the little popcorn bowl, because for some reason it made sense for me to start down in this corner. I don't know why. I do know why. Because this is an actual anchored corner, right? Where if I'm normally a top right stitcher. Do we see what the problem would be? Because I'm not doing that big old border on here. I don't know. I couldn't figure adjusting to where she is versus where her dress is. I had to start either on her bottom of her dress or at the popcorn bowl. And for some reason, it made sense to me to start at the popcorn bowl. Who knows? I didn't even get the popcorn bowl all the way done. However, now, look at my popcorn bowl. There's beads that go in here, so that will fill in the blank spots. But, oh, so good. And then I started on his little plaid pants. So good. Who would have guessed I am so grateful for Nicole and Stephanie at my first StitchCon who took the time to, one, calm all of my anxieties about going to such a ginormous event by myself. That is not so. I have social anxiety big time. Like, I am no. So they were so sweet, and then Nicole took the time to teach me to stitch on linen, which had been one of those things I wanted to do, learn, and it has opened up so many doors in my stitching and given me so many more options. Do I always stitch on linen? We all know I don't. Do I at times still stitch on 14 count Aida? Yes, yes, I do. Do I feel bad about that? Not at all. Not at all. Okay. So going back to this. So, and it's for Noel mashup, is all I call it. And it's so funny because now that Noel works for me, I look at Noel, I look at Noel, and I think Noel. It's so funny to me. Anyways, so we're gonna keep plugging away at him, at this. I absolutely love it. My goal, if I get a couple more stitching on here, see, we're now working at his little pants, right? I would actually like to get, in a perfect world, I would actually like to get the little boy all done. Do I think I'm going to get that far? No. Do I think I'm going to get at least his little lower pants done? Yes. Yes, I do. But to tell you that it is a very fiddly, would be an understatement, right? Okay, so that's N. Okay, so I is for Ian's quilt. Ian is a friend of mine. I have pulled the fabric. And I have my inspiration photo that is inspiring the whole thing. I have not worked on it beyond that and sort of in my brain figuring out what do I need to get. That is one thing. So that is one that I actually may be switching out. But I don't know what I would put in for I. So if you know my whips, then you might have an idea. That would be great. Um, it would be really great if it was one of my gift pieces too. Um, but you know, okay. So that's G lives in my Tanya bag. Tanya is needle and bone. And she makes the most amazing, amazing project bags that I have. I own quite a few of her. Some of them were gifts, some of them I bought. This one, because of the way it's set up, and I don't know why, it just happened. It actually holds two projects, and so what's funny is when I pull out the one, I also work on the other, which is great. Bonus. We love a bonus. We love a BOGO. We love a BOGO. We love a BOGO. Okay, so the first step is my gentleman's gingerbread man club, right? Okay, in person, I hate this. One, well, now in this light you can actually see it, right? But you can hardly see the little yellow stanchions. They don't stand out at all. This pink is kind of blah. I'm not loving it. Here's my other problem. We're already at this stage, so it's probably only, we're like here, right? So I'm about 1/3 of the way up. Let me grab it. It's supposed to go in the same village as this. Okay, so so size-wise, even if I added a couple, okay, so let me add a couple. Well, I guess that's not too bad. If it's 1/3. Okay, so size-wise, it may be all right on this fabric. I was thinking it was going to be really small. Because it's just over halfway, because that's the center door. Right? I could live with the pink, because I'm already so far along. But do we love it enough where we don't restart it and make the colors pop more? I don't know. The other thing is it's got the purple outline. I'm not going to do purple. I'm actually going to do the DMC equivalent, or close to it, to this blue. I think that's how I'm going to keep my village still looking sort of cohesive. I don't really have a thing for... So this is my G, is the gingerbread man club, the naughty gingerbread. I call it the gingerbread strip club because that's what it is. I mean, literally, the gingerbread man is on a stripper pole. I love it. She's got a whole little series going on this. There's a pot shop, a naughty bookstore, there's a liquor store, there's a tattoo parlor, and I just think it's absolutely, look, I think it's absolutely hysterical. So, I don't know, give me your thoughts on that too, right? Oh, my nose, sorry. We'll just, okay, so give me your thoughts on that. I just have to get the little green wreath in. The pink is a little bit better than it is on screen, but it's not screen, I don't know. Oh, anyways, let me know your thoughts. I appreciate a good thought. Okay, so also in my bag is Alice in Wonderland by Soda Stitch. I am stitching this for my dear friend Kim. Kim, if you don't want to see it, look away. I know you probably have already seen it. Okay, I am stitching this on something even weave. It's white even weave. It might be 28 count. It might be 32 count. Your guess is as good as mine anymore. Okay, so I got the little white rabbit done. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. I am being very diligent in the fact that if I know me. Look, I know me. I know me. If I don't do the back stitch as I go, the back stitch will never get, it will take eons for me. The whole piece will be stitched and I will still just need to go, I just need to do the back stitching. I know me. So I've been really good about getting it done as I go along. So I got the white rabbit done, and then I started the little stamp. It's the Mad Hatter's hat that will go in this corner, right? And that's as far down as it goes. It's not a joy numbers piece. I actually think it's going to fit in the little frame that I have from when I framed, I don't know. I think I framed Emily's piece in it. So we just kind of plug along. And when I pull out the gingerbread club, because they're in the same bag, it automatically gives me two options wherever I'm stitching. Hold please and let me deal with the dog bell. Okay, sorry about that. They may start again. I have no control over them. No control. Okay, so E, because that was G. E is Ed's mom's picture. I was supposed to start it last night. Y'all, I was so exhausted that it didn't happen. I ended up working on the mushroom guy instead. Okay. They're singing the song by people. Oh, please. Okay. I did not start. We already talked about that. That is going to be a start this week. We've got to get that started. Okay, for L. L is supposed to be Lady of the Flag. Not Lady of the Flag. Oh my god. Lady Justice. So the question I have on that, so I only, let me show you. I think you guys have seen her since I don't know. So let's show you Lady Justice. We'll talk about Lady Justice. Okay, so here she is. She is stitched on 32 count Picture This Plus in the colorway Heroic. I love. Okay, some people are like, Michelle McGraw hoards murky, right? And I mean that in a loving way. It's not like she's like, but when she finds it, she buys it because she knows It's one of her favorite fabrics to stitch on. She stitches a lot on it. She's stitching all of her family stockings on it. So we know. Like, I always associate Murky with Michelle McGraw. Okay. Julie and Stitchy Witchy Bee, um, go-to fabric seems to right now be malachite. Mine, picture this plus in the colorway Heroic. I would stitch so much on Heroic. It's got little splashes of red and blue in it. I wish they would come out with like a Christmassy version with maybe like splashes of green and red. I also wish I could figure out how to make my own, because I love it. It's not blah. It's a little bit jazzy, but it's not overwhelming. Some of the modeled fabrics or colored fabrics are a little overpowering for me. But that's okay. If you like them, you like them, and I love that for you. Okay, so I just have part of her stitch to go, and then I need to put in the scale. And then all the rest is beading. I'm out of PB70, which is really what I need. I'm a little scared. There's like a little gap that's PB70 here before I can fill in other colors. And because of that, and counting and the even weave, I'm paranoid to just go ahead and do the rest of the sash, and then when I get the PB70 to fill in. So do I go ahead and just start beading? And if so, is there a great tutorial on beading? Because I've never really beaded any like a cross stitch like this before. And because I did decide I am going to add the pearl necklace to her neck. Do I strand the entire, like, however long I want it to be, and then couch it down so that like it looks like an actual necklace hanging on her? Is that how I do that? I don't know, because it seems kind of weird to do it one at a time. Like, that doesn't seem like it would lay right. And if I do them like even like a couple at a time, I don't know that they're going to lay naturally, if that makes sense. And I don't want it to be like straight across her neck like it's a collar. And I don't want it to be like janky. I want it to have a natural drape. So am I better off stringing it, kind of adjusting how many beads are on my string, putting it down, and then couching the threads? And do I just string it on like, do I bead with DMC? I don't know. So if you have a good tutorial on beading, that would be great. And like I said, do I just move on to the beading? So that's where we are. Like I said, I just have the little hoochie more of her sash to stitch and the scale. I do think I am going to switch out the scale to more silver. But I do have all her beads. See, because right now her her scale is stitched in this, and I think it blends in too much with the dress. But I think if I switch it to this, I think it will pop more. And I think yeah. Okay. So that's Lady of the Flag. That's L. But when Lady of the Flag is done, I work on my Pandemic by Long Dog sampler. And I'm 99% sure that that's syrup on there. And I have not had a chance to wash it. So, whatever. So bear with me. Okay, so I got all of this done. I know. Oh, we are now coming up on 55. We're well over halfway. I mean, we're over halfway. It's not like we're, let me see. I do stitch it from Pattern Keeper. We're at 54.06% done on Pandemic. Am I still on track to be done with the tan stitching by the end of the year? I think so. I think we'll be okay. obviously, the more I work on it, the closer we are to that goal. So that's my L for Nigel. Okay. So then also in my rotation, because it is one of those that I want to get finished, I actually would like to get this piece done by Labor Day. You know what we could stick in instead of I for Ian's quilt until I figure out the fabric? I could pull out William's French horn piece and work on that. In the hopes that it's not going to get done this year for Christmas unless something, well, it could. I mean, it's only 16,425 stitches, but we've only got 2,335 in. We're at 14. But instrument would work for I. I think that might be a winner there. I think so. So pandemic, we're at 54, just over 54 percent. Hang on, please. Okay, so the other one that I'm working on to keep up with my goal of having it done by Labor Day is Quaker Flag by the Bivsters. And we are currently at 65.80% done. So we did get another 2 pages finished. I am stitching this on 18 count Atomic Ranch 18 count Sky. I love Cloud a little bit more. Cloud is more mottled, but they're essentially the same. Like I said, Cloud just is a little got more mottled white in it. So really and truly, but otherwise, it's hard to see, but I did these 2 motifs, the white ones, which I've now got out of all of the pages. I have 10 pages done on this pattern. I know, crazy. We still have a buttload to go. So the goal is to have that done though by Labor Day. It'll be close. Just because again, Kelly is sick and I've gotten other things to done. So my goals this week is just to keep plugging away on stuff. I'd love to get some things cut out so that we can part ways with other stuff. Mostly just to kind of monitor my health. This Friday I have the ultrasound to try and figure out some more of this pain issue. I missed my one appointment with the GI doctor, and the next time that the GI doctor can get me in is next year in March. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a soapbox, though, that I'm not going to stand on right now. So, yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. Like I said, if you have a beading tutorial that you would like to share with me, that would be great. Let me know what your thoughts are on restarting the gingerbread club or solving that problem. Yeah. I think I'm going to switch out for right now, I'm going to switch out and work on William's French horn until I can get the fabric for Ian's quilt. But I am going to make sure that is hit on soon. I think this next week or 2 we're also going to take Kay's quilt over to the long armor, so we'll have that. So little by little we're plugging along. If I could at least get the 2 white squares done on Quaker Flag, that will actually make it kind of even, so then we only have 10 rows this way vertically to do. So yeah, so we're just kind of, like I said, muddling along. I'm trying to get more organized. I'm trying to clean out. Did you put some chicken on it?
I have not yet.
I'm getting better about getting more veggies in, more water, obviously. I'm like a dehydrated cucumber with anxiety.
What?
Oh, and if you have a lemon bar recipe, especially if it's quick and easy, I feel like that would be a nice little gift. So, and I'm gonna make some chocolate chip cookies or something. So, other than that, we're just gonna keep plugging away, and I will see you next week. So, remember, you are smart, and you are beautiful. You are strong and brave. You are loved. You are needed, and you are wanted, and mostly, you matter. So, with that, if you need me, reach out, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.